So really textbook Amazon win here this morning. Got a really nice red to green reversal. Took a little bit longer for this trade to set up, where I normally get a trade like an hour earlier. But really happy that I had the patience to kind of wait for this play. And yeah, got pretty good follow through here right away. So I'll see if I can pull in basically towards 94 bucks. If it can find support maybe around that zone, that would be the entry. Like 94.20 to 93.83, right, would be sort of the range we're looking at here for a stop loss / entry. Seems to be bouncing off of this zone pretty well though. 94.25. Oh man. Three times it's now bounced off of that spot. So I need price to pull back into that basically red box, because if it doesn't pull back into that area, I don't have appropriate risk reward to justify my win rate. So what I'm looking for is basically to create myself a positive expectation of making money on this trade. And I'm looking to get like 3-to-1, right? 4-to-1, 5-to-1 risk reward instead of like a 1-to-1. So I need to be a little bit patient on my entry just to make sure that I can actually mathematically justify this play. Don't do it. I want to see an overreaction flush, right? There's that fourth touch. Hey, here we go. Let's watch around 94 bucks. Can't believe I actually yelled at the screen and it worked. And that big bounce, so close to pulling the trigger there, but I want to try to buy on the way down, right? Not on the way up here. Did you see kind of how price hit like 94.10 and then immediately bounced towards like that 94.20 area? That's that tennis ball bounce back I always talk about. So you see that, you know, quick support step in and really push it. That's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm timing my entries. Long. 3 for 3 to the upside, looking for a move towards 95 bucks. So now I'm just waiting for price to make either a 94.10 again or lower, and that's gonna be my entry trigger. Still waiting, right? Still being very disciplined here. As much as I can stomach. All right, guys, I am in. Average price 94.10. 94.10. All right, see if this thing can go right away. See if this thing can go right away. So far, so good. First profit target's going to be as I make high. If we make higher highs here, going to take off about a third of my position. So that's 94.34. So a few pennies away, and then I'll go risk-free. Well, don't think of yourself as a good luck charm or bad luck charm, T-Krill. Not how it works. So pretty happy with that entry actually. Bought on the way down, fixed a few of the issues I had yesterday. Maybe could have been a little bit more patient waiting for that inside bar to close. But all in all, got a good entry inside my risk reward zone. Maybe not perfect, but good enough. Honestly, not a terrible entry. I'm happy that I bought it on the downtick though. That feels good. But I hate getting the fake out after I enter. That feels terrible. Okay, let's see if Apple can break out here. Yeah, it's not been a very fun session so far. But hopefully this Amazon can start playing out a little bit, painting out a little bit, excuse me. Start painting out a little bit, and we can get some follow through. We're not too far off from... I think my OBS disconnected for a sec. Hopefully it's all back. So at this point, right, feeling pretty confident in my entry. You've seen it kind of be supported. Haven't seen kind of that immediate flush under. So feeling pretty good that I've got a good spot here. Gonna get a little bit of some fear tactics that step in a minute or two. But ultimately, nothing to really be concerned about here. Yeah, it might be. Right, stop loss is at 93.80. Nice. Good entry, Callum. What was your price? Like 94 bucks? Hmm. Buy looks pretty good. Let's see, this thing's got juice for 5 cents away from the entry price. I'm not really too beefy with it. I just wish it was greener right away. Let's see if it can go now. Get a little bit of separation. Get me up towards sort of high day. I can go de-risk and then have a nice morning. Right, so SPY breaking out or SPY giving us a lot of momentum kind of supports the thesis of the entry here, right? So I don't anything reason to force anything. Pretty good entry, all things considered. Yeah, no complaints. Apologies. No, not much going on here. Yeah, really, the only one has been this Amazon so far, and it's not given the follow through yet. Just right at entry price still. Hate these trades that are taking longer to develop. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I feel like it's maybe a little bit exhausted. Da, da, da. Yeah, I'm going to take some off here. 425. Yeah, okay. Took a little bit off here, guys. Going to take some off. And push my stop loss now to my entry price. And let's see if this thing can keep going. But I'm starting to feel like it's maybe a little bit heavy. So I'm going to be pretty tight with this. Stop loss is going to be 94.13. All right, so earlier mentioned how index is breaking out was sort of supporting my entry thesis. Now it's starting to look, right, like indexes are maybe showing signs of like waning momentum. So my objective here was just to get to that risk-free so that if they did break down, that Amazon, which was a slow mover compared to the indexes here this morning, wouldn't be sort of the first one to get flushed aggressively. So just wanted to de-risk here, take a little bit off, protect my entry price, and then actually end up getting some nice follow through after that. So yeah, good decision. Yeah, just trying to get to that risk-free here. Yeah, dude, it's the worst feeling, Brad. I totally know what you mean. But it looks like we're getting a little bit of separation now. So hopefully, you know, as you creep up towards that high a day, right, basically protect yourself from that fake out there. Right, so I'm going to trim off a little bit more here in a second. Okay, call it right here, right? 94.35, trimmed off a little bit more. I'll keep my stop loss in the same spot. But we'll call it, yeah, stop loss like 94, no, 90, yeah, 94.15. And let's see if this thing can keep getting a little bit of further follow through. But now, okay, we're looking better, right? We got a little bit of separation here. Hopefully you guys are all up a few pennies, right? So nice little trade all of a sudden. A little bit of patience, right? Not a bad entry. Identified the right setup. So now let's see if this thing can get some decent follow through. No excuse to let this trade go red now either, right? So I've taken off about one, I'll call it 2/5 of my original position, something along those lines. And let's see if this thing can get a bit of further follow through. But so far, so good. A little bit of a worker, but so far, so good. Yeah, I'm jealous about your entry price, Callum, now. But well done, everybody. It's a good bounce back after yesterday. Required all of our patience, right, to get this thing to come together this morning. So really well done, everybody, right? Excellent patience to make this work. Right? Just waiting for the setup, right? Waiting for it to be... needed to be very patient, waiting for the setup to be perfect, right? And now we're doing pretty well on this thing. So I'm going to close a little bit more off here at this 50. Oh, maybe a little bit late on it. But I want to take some more off. Yeah, 94.50 if I can get it. Hey, you would have killed it too, T-Crone. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't following your strategy. But I appreciated the vote of confidence. Oh, so good when a plan comes together. Good volume. Maybe not the... I don't know if I like that rejection too much at 94.50, but I don't have too much to be greedy about here. Oh, that's fair. I'd say that's a pretty gosh darn good reason to avoid taking a trade. I'm going to push my stop loss, 94.25. I'm just, my I don't know, back of my head or in my subconscious, all I can think about is that this move today is so weirdly overextended. It's really hard to trust anything, so I don't want to give anything back if I don't have to. So somehow survive that. Okay, so we're going to close off a little bit here at this 50, right? Penny away. Don't do it again to me. But I'm trying to take off just small chunks at a time here. I think that's probably why this Decro and why this Amazon was the most interesting. There we go, guys. Locked in a little bit more profit. Now let's see if this thing can go all the way to that 95 level, but let's go. Great trade. Stop loss, we'll call it still 94. We'll call it 94.20. I'm going to give myself just a little bit more buffer as I took some more risk off. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Yeah, these big gap days can suck, especially when the price action gets stuck for so long. Like, I think I would have really struggled to trade a SPY here today, or like maybe an Apple even, right? All those other names, but Amazon, 3 for 3 to the upside, and it went green, or sorry, it went red to green. So it kind of gave us that like second catalyst that sort of supported the trend, right? Which I think made it a little bit of an easier candidate to trade, where it kind of like reconfirmed that momentum by breaking out and was acting as a laggard, where everything else was, it's really hard to have the courage that it's going to run forever. Well, hopefully of those of you in options are crushing it on this play too. Let's see if we can keep getting, yeah, just that nice, smooth, easy follow through. I like how it's increasing volume, right? So we're starting to see a little bit of that strength or momentum step in, which is nice. But let's see if that just means an easy trade, right? But at this point, I don't have to do anything too aggressive. I'm protecting my entry. I've taken off a majority of my position. Now I'm just kind of hanging out, seeing how much I can milk out of this. But well done, everybody. Hopefully now it's a smooth morning. And back on track, right? So that for me feels really good. Feels like I followed my trading rules really well. Didn't get suckered in. And we found the right play. So well done, everybody. That for me is the best feeling. Does everyone understand the this trade? The reason why we took it, what the logic was? Any questions? Perfect, yeah. So 3 for 3, looking for that breakout up and over. Red to green reversal. So good momentum. But we're looking for a pullback inside the confirmation candle, right? So yeah, maybe the better one would have been like the 94 touch instead of the 94.10. But inside here, I mean, I'm getting 30-cent risk, right, for 85-cent reward. So ultimately, like, the risk reward was good enough. So stop loss 94.20 on my remainder. I can be a little bit more conservative here because I don't have any time decay to worry about, right? So I would make sure that whatever you're doing, you're protecting a green trade. Nice, Matthew. Good, good. So all we're trying to do, right, is we're trying to make sure our entry is basically a robotic process instead of us trying to enter on a feeling. Because entering on that feeling is really hard to notice the pattern of our entries. But if we kind of like map out our entry zones and then pick a specific area or like a technique that we're looking to do inside that area, and we do the same thing every time, if it doesn't work, okay, yes, it sucks that it didn't work, but we'll notice what we need to fix and be more consistent on going forward, right? So maybe there's something where we constantly see it would have touched the MA line, or you know, it fakes out lower. But if we are inconsistent in our technique, we won't see that pattern. If we are consistent, then we'll be able to switch to the one that, you know, would be profitable. 94.20 still holding. I just got stopped out. Fill price 94.18. But I'll take a win. I'll take a win all day long. So all in all, really good trade here. This did end up running to 95 bucks, but it pulled back way under my entry price before that ever happened. So ultimately pretty happy with the process. Didn't change my rules like I did yesterday. So yeah, pretty happy with this result all in all. Yeah, zero complaints. Good trade. On to the next one.